If you are looking at relocating into the UK, there are lots of things to consider. The first thing that you would always want to consider is, what is your UK tax residence position? At what point will you become a UK tax resident? In the UK, we have something called split year treatment. So it may be that when you arrive in the UK, you become considered to be UK tax resident as at the point that you relocate, or it may be that you don't actually become a UK tax resident until the following tax year, depending on the timing of your relocation. You may also want to know a little bit about the UK tax basics in terms of how you would be taxed if you're a UK tax resident. And you might like to consider the difference between the arising basis and the remittance basis. You may also be interested to know about the upcoming changes that are happening in terms of the abolishment of the remittance basis. In terms of your overseas income, you may want to give some consideration to how you have got your bank account structures in terms of income and gains that were realised in advance of your time in the UK under the remittance basis rules, and having segregated bank accounts for income that you would be receiving after your arrival into the UK. For people who would be taxable on the arising basis, you might want to give some thought to the setup of your investments outside of the UK. For example, you may have investments held in funds, and a decent number of the funds outside of the UK are going to be considered non-reporting funds from HMRC's perspective, which means that they can be taxed less favourably as subject to income tax rather than capital gains tax. So you may wish to do a bit of investment restructuring to get it in a more tax efficient setup. You may also want to know a little bit more about things that are available to you as a UK tax resident in terms of national insurance, pension contributions and tax reliefs such as ISA contributions, gift aid relief, etc. We offer UK tax arrival relocation briefings, and if you think that this will be of help to you, then please feel free to let us know.